It's not on the leaderboard. And now Duji's board starting to break down very low. This could be unsurvivable. We'll see if he can get something over. And the answer is no. It's going to be a top out from Duji at 898. And Andre is good. Oh, no, that left side for Andre. Andre just going to give it up. And he just knows he was cooked. Dengler will be moving on to the round of 16, round 3.
Neko and Dengler. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This is definitely the first time that we are starting this game 1 between these two players, Neko and Dengler. All right, we are definitely on the same seed this time. Dengler doing a better job than I am doing of keeping track of CTM. So on the left side, it is Neko. Neko has made now, 5 Masters event appearances, including his Masters event debut in August 2024. He's coming out of the 6th seed out of Russia with a PB of 5.15 million. His Masters event debut is against Miles. The very next month, he made the top 8. Went out versus Dog. He was second in CT Russia in 2023. So starting to become a regular here in the Masters event. Neko, highly skilled. And again, there's a lot of players who have, at the time, it didn't feel like a lot of players were sort of rising in 2024. But now as I start to, think about who made big leaps forward, there were a lot of players who did make big leaps forward. Neko, one of them. Eyeball, big leaps forward. Meme. So definitely there are players who are on the rise. Neko, one of them. We'll see what he can do today. He is the 6th seed. Got an average qualifier of 1.529 million. That was his average of his 2 best results, playing for an hour over a 39 capped game. 235 for Neko, 253 for Dengler. And speaking of Dengler, that's Dengler on the right side. Coming in at seed number 11 out of the USA with a PB, at least when I checked, 5.43 million. Good for 13th overall, so the 13th and 14th overall ranked PB players here on our screen. Where's my Dengler notes? Oh, yeah. Anyway. Of course, Dengler as the author of the first ever perfect max out, basically no burn max out, all Tetrises the entire way. He's made the semis 2 times, both of those happening in late 2024. Was the winner of the Northeast Regional in 2024, made it to the top 4 in CTWC 2024, and in the top 8 in 2023. So Dengler looking to make a run here. Neko, 376, 416 for Dengler. Neko, of course, finishing in the top 6, so this is his first match in this overall tournament. He earned a 2-round bye, so earned his way directly into the top 16. Dengler, in virtue of finishing 9th through 16th, did have to play an earlier match and beat Andre on his way here, but defended his spot in that top 16, is now here facing Neko. 435 Neko, 492 for Dengler. Again, apologies for my voice, guys. I'm just really a total mess. Vandy, did I see that? Unfortunately, I was doing the intros and I had to read stuff, so probably missed a little bit of action. What did I miss? Oh, Neko beat Portal twice to win this year's CT Russia. Oh, that was not on my... That was not on my thing. Oh, I missed a line spin. See, they're always line spinning right during my intro, so I miss it. These horrible, horrible people. 549 Neko, 15 lines away from that 19 transition. 585 for Dengler. So Dengler, 36,000 points ahead. $631 for Dengler. Both players really pacing here. Neko on track potentially for, yeah, there it is, a 600K transition. He's one line away. Board's going to be a little awkward, though, with 5 lines of garbage over that where his Tetris well would be. So he's going to go to work on that. Oh, nice delay. Oh, Neko is going to go for the dirty, but yeah, has to abort mission very quickly, but able to get this board back in order pretty darn quickly. So over 600K transitions for both of our players into 19. Long bar over to the left side for Dengler to fill in and just prioritize board health over getting that Tetris. He's got a good double wide well over his Tetris well, so he can afford to sort of take the moment to shore up his board. And after some delay, gets it long bar for the Tetris. And another one, 768 for Dengler, 707, now 734 for Neko. So they're one line apart and about 34,000 points apart. It's about a Tetris and a half. Tetris Neko, 761, 797 for Dengler. Frisco Steve with the prime sub. Thank you very much. Also, DJ Mr. Burrow with the prime subs. So those prime subs coming out. Dengler setting up the Vits with the J piece in column 8-9. Jasmine, if she were here, she would be screaming. Tetris Neko, 849. There's a Tetris Dengler, 888. Tetris Neko, 880. So really, these two players pacing hard right now. My soup here to keep me company. But then, as soon as the soup is over, it's coffee time. This early. I'm kind of on that degenerate sleep schedule, you know, like waking up at noon. And then like trying to go to bed at like 9 and then just reading for 5 hours. Trying to sleep, but can't do it. It's my sleep schedule right now. 987 Dengler uncovers the right side well. We're 30 lines away from the 29 transition, where the speed will double and yet still be playable, if that's even fathomable. Max out here for both players on 26 and 27. All right, my soup's starting to get cold, so it's not as helpful. B26 for Dengler. That's a 1.1 million. After the 900,000s, we get to a million. It starts to use letters. Dengler filling in the middle of the stack there instead of taking the Tetris. Seen that a couple times from Dengler. B65. Can't argue with it. It's got results. 1.2 million transition for Dengler off the back of that 600K transition. So B42 for Neko on 29. So Neko back by about 90,000 points. Dengler ahead by like 5 or 6 lines. Tetris Neko B95. Tetris Dengler C90. Tetris Neko C33. So, all right, Neko now was pretty close in lines. All right, now is pretty close in lines and separated by about 50,000 points. Center well Tetris for Dengler. So Neko back by about maybe a Tetris and a half when the lines are close. So he's going to have to make this up. And here's Dengler now I'm going to put some weight over that left side. So this could be a little bit of that opening that Neko needs to try to catch up. Tetris Neko. E08 Neko, yes, is now in the lead. So took advantage of that slowdown from Dengler to take the lead. He's up by 9,000 points. There's another Tetris for Neko. Mari with the tier 1 fan level membership on YouTube. Thank you, Mari. Good timing. E25 for Dengler. E71 for Neko. Dengler with a Tetris. E70. They're just a few thousand points apart. So this is going to go to the wire here in game 1. Neko trying to hold out, does hold out, gets a Tetris F24. Dengler's board is breaking down. He's going to top out at E74, and Neko comes from behind late or in the kind of middle post 29 phase to overcome Dengler's lead, put the pressure on him, and take that game number 1. GG's to you, Neko. Holy moly. That's game 1. Neko's got the rollover now. And he's got the 1.7. He's going for one more, but let's see if he's going to get it. Oh, he might, and he does. And he's got the 1.8 million Neko. Just your casual Sunday morning 1.8, although it's probably Sunday night for Neko, but just a regular, Sunday morning 1.8 million. No problem. Jeez. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Here it is. All right, starting off with the OIO. OIO. Yeah, this is Skivity Sigma Ohio, whatever. Nonsense. All right, I wasted my precious, limited voice today to say Skivity Sigma Ohio. You believe it? All right, Tetris Neko 114. There's one for Dengler 94,000. People keep saying I sound better. To me, I sound worse. To me, like in my own head, this is the worst I've sounded. What did I say? It's something, I watch the news on YouTube, just like stupid clips or whatever. There's a clip from the Today Show where there's like a middle school science teacher who comes in and reports on what the kids are saying, so like all Gen Alpha slang or whatever. What was the one that I heard? Was it raise your ya? What the heck is that? What does that mean? Or ya or whatever it is. What is that? They aren't saying that, are they? What is that? 210 for Dengler. 190 for Neko. I don't believe that that's a thing. I think his teacher's making it up. Tetris for Dengler, 234. 236 Neko. Nobody's saying that. Well, Doozy, you're far from the cultural center of the world, right? American middle schools. Or I guess people are just calling like any group of people chat, right? So you walk into a room and you say hey, what's good, chat? Hey, chat. You just call like your family sitting in the living room. You call them chat. Like they're the chat in a live stream. 327 for Dengler. I didn't know that was happening. $355 for Dengler. Oh no, Dengler spiring now and displeased. $357 for Neko, $356 for Dengler. All right, so the dig from Hades for Dengler right now. It's going to allow Neko to pile in a bunch of Tetrises. 427 for him, 372 for Dengler. Neko. All right, so Dengler is substantially down stacked here, so we should be able to start. But this has allowed Neko to come out to almost a 100,000 point lead. Mango. All right, finally here, Tetris for Dengler, 402. Just about the same line count, 93,000 point lead for Neko. You notice Dengler with the orange controller. Slightly thicker than the standard controller, but my understanding it's a 3D printed controller, which the purpose of it is not to be a thicker controller, but it is to, if you look at the back of that thing, there's like these like little pressure screws that you can turn with your hands. You can actually open up the entire controller without a screwdriver. And the back has these like pressure, I don't know, these big screws that you can use open with your thumb and your finger. Used to open the controller and also adjust sort of the pressure for which the controller is sealed, which can affect the, feel of the controller. So look at that. Controller innovations. 579 for Neko, 543 for Dengler. That's what he wants me to think. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's got electronical turbo in there. All right, Tetris for Dengler, 595. I'm not ready for what's coming. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years, and I've seen everything. I'm ready for anything that's coming. Don't worry. Abe has been around for a year and is telling me that I'm not ready for what's coming. Come on now. 651 for Dengler, 672 for Neko. All right, Neko set up here, 700. Dengler is back in the lead. He's been working one row off the bottom for a while. Yeah, not even a year. Well, I was being kind. All right, Dengler here. I think he was trying to find a dirty Tetris setup to get out of this, but, well, he might still yet here. Long bar over Tetris Dengler. So he's trying to keep hang on to that lead, but he's not going to be able to do it. Neko now back in the lead here, level 25. Dengler again, still working one row off the bottom. I mean, like almost the entire game. All right, he's getting forced into a couple of burns here. Neko in the lead by less than a Tetris, but he's also has like 6 lines in hand. All right, Tetris for Dengler, 886, 913 for Neko. Long bar over Tetris Dengler, 920. He's got the nominal lead. Neko going to get it back. So they're just trading the lead back and forth. Neko with, 5 or 6 lines in hand. Tetris Neko max out on 27. All right, Neko. Dengler is into 29. He's at A11. Neko A86. Gonna have to take a slightly high board into 29. He's burning it down though. He's opening up the right side well, waiting on the bar, getting reestablished. Tetris Neko B39 A93 for Dengler. Again, Neko has a few lines in hand, and he's got the lead by about 50,000 points. Long bar over Tetris Dengler. Neko bringing this down. Dengler's board climbing a little bit, working it down. He's got to open up that left side. Oh, that S to the right, just fatal. And Dengler can't get it over. He's going to top out at B44. And Neko is good. Neko is kind of topping out just almost at that same sequence. Not that exact piece, but same lines, which is crazy. But he was very slightly ahead. And that is the difference. So that early kind of burning sequence for Dengler might have been the difference here. All right, let's get them started. Game number 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh yeah, well, how many 1.8s do you have? How many? Tell me how many 1.8s you have. God. That's a guy in the YouTube chat. Well, of course it's a guy in the YouTube chat. Of course it is. Where else would they be? Guy's got to be trolling me. I mean, no offense to the rest of you YouTube people, but, the quality, let's say, varies widely. All right, long bar over at Tetris Dengler. It's going to help him bring this down here in the early goings. Neko with kind of a trashy start here. Oh, no, and he's going to miss with that T. What can Neko do? He's trying to get cute with that, like a reverse kind of left side JD spin, and that is going to fail. Now, what was his top out score, Dengler? Please keep playing, because I didn't see his score. I think one Tetris here from Dengler would do it, and there's a long bar over for, all right, we're going to call it for Dengler. Dengler, that's good. You are good. And game 4 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, IJI. Perfect clear for Neko with the single perfect clear. You don't see the single perfect clear very often, but there it was. All right, Tetris Dengler, 51,000, 47,000 for Neko. There's a Tetris for him. And Dengler answers back. So game number 4. Neko with that early top out in game number 3. It's going to give a little bit of breathing room here for Dengler. All right, Tetris Neko, 167. 147 for Dengler. There's a Tetris for him, 169. And remember, if you're watching live, use the Matcherino command that will allow you to open up the prize pool page with our partner Matcherino, allow you to contribute to that prize pool. Our goal is $2,000 every single month. That allows us to pay the top 8 a reasonable amount. Tetris Dengler 240, 253 for Neko. There's Tetris for both. It is the red bracket, right? So I am allowed to call someone in chat an idiot, right? Isn't that allowed if it's the red bracket? I guess I am feeling a little feisty today. $345 for Neko, $332 for Dengler. There's a Tetris Neko. There's one Dengler. So they're just humming along. All right, soup is done. Now it's coffee time. Just alternating hot and cold liquids, I guess, is what I'm trying to do. Tetris Neko 436, 380 for Dengler. 5 below there for Dengler in columns 7 and 8 and 9. All right, setting up that Z spin. Dengler pulling out all the moves. With what amounts to a controller made on a 3D printer, which is amazing. I'm all for it. You know, I kind of look at the controller like a baseball glove, right? I think that there's room for like innovation and tinkering and, you know, kind of, you know, innovation within the basic form factor or something nearby, but crazy, like, oh, let's just make a giant fielder's glove. Well, that would not be right. That would be outside of the bounds of the rules, right? So there are things that are within the bounds of what you would normally call a baseball glove, and then things out of bounds. And so, you know, I think these kind of things that people are doing with, you know, like Dengler's controller here, certainly in bounds. And I'm all for it. Who would be against innovation? All right, Dengler is right side, pile high, but he's got a lot of material to burn against. And looks like he's going to survive. Well, I don't want to curse it here. Oh, did I? Oh. All right, he's getting uncovered, waiting out the bar. There's the bar, gets over, and Dengler will survive. Clip it and ship it to Lightspeed Media. Long bar over Tetris Dengler. There's another one, 623. 647 here for Neko. 6 lines to go till 19. It's kind of funny because I felt a high degree of confidence that whole time. And it's like, even though it was a crazy high dig, like I just felt like, oh, well, of course he's going to get out. Like everything seemed very logical. But you would expect from somebody who, with his background, the perfect max out, stacking efficiency and all that. But yeah, everything seemed very logical and unpanicked and, you know. All right, Tetris Dengler, 733, 761 for Neko. All right, Tetris Dengler, 791, 788 Neko. So after all that with Dengler, he's well, they're basically tied in score, but Neko behind in lines. So he's got lines in hand. So really, Neko with the best pace here. Tetris Dengler, 882, 878 for Neko. He's going to get a triple, clear up the stack a bit. Neko gets a Tetris Dengler with a couple. Dengler ahead 944 to 916. Tetris Neko 946. So, super close in score. A little bit of a separation in lines, but as you would expect, Dengler playing up high, wasting pieces quickly. Tetris Dengler A42 Neko also has the max out here on 25. We're big pacing today. Yeah, I hadn't had soup. Honestly, I hadn't had soup in years. And of course, being sick and sore throat, kind of wanted some soup. Now I'm like all about soup. I just want soup all the time. B11 for Neko on 27. So again, big pacing here in this match. Dengler with the B20 here on 28. Tetris Neko B46. Tetris Dengler B55. Dengler into 29 at B91. Neko with the C19, one more available. Tetris Dengler C32. And Neko going to transition in with a 1.256. My God, I remember when that was the world record, for goodness sake. But now it's like, yeah, just transitioning in and keep playing. Crazy. C95 Dengler DO2 for Neko. We've got two more matches after this one, guys. Tetris Dengler D39. D44 Neko. Neko just on fire here. He's got the lead in D82 for him. Tetris Neko E21. Dengler D56. Skimming. Oh, he's going to miss with the bar. He's got to recover and get a bar over now to that right side. But if the bar doesn't come, oh no, and that misdrop with the bar. It's going to be Dengler's undoing in this game, and Neko is already ahead. If he had gotten another bar quickly, he maybe could have gotten it over, but then couldn't get that L over to the left to uncover the well. And then, of course, it was wraps from there. So Neko will be moving on. GG's to you, Neko. And GG's to Dengler. I mean, crazy high scrambles. Amazing play. But, you're running into a very similar, equal player here, PB-wise and potential. And another rollover here for Neko. He's got the 1.7. He's working on he's got room to go. And he's got the 1.8. He's got room, man. He's got the 1.9 million. If he goes perfect, he can get 3 more Tetrises. There's one. There's 2. And can he get a triple over? No, and that's going to be the 2 million. Just 2 million. Whatever. Just 2 million points and 15 extra points just for fun. Those pushdown points. Yeah, pushdown points are the difference.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. Join our Discord server, the largest classic Tetris community online. at ctm.gg/discord and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.